Are you considering a move to Florida in 2021? Stay tuned and find out what you need to know. Hi, I'm Tracy Forth, Fancy Lady of Real Estate here in lovely, world-renowned St. Pete Beach, Florida. Of course, TripAdvisor just named us as having the #1 beach. Yay! Move over, Clearwater. Anyway, today we're going to be talking a little bit about what you need to know if you're thinking about making a move to Florida in 2021. So after a completely crazy 2020, we're moving into the new year. We're already a couple months into it, and so if you're looking to shake things up a little bit more with 2021 and you're thinking about making a move, there are a few things you should know. But before we get started, if you do me a favor and go ahead and like and subscribe if you enjoy hearing about St. Pete Beach and our other Gulf Coast communities, I'd appreciate it. It's just right down below. So 2020 changed so much for all of us. More than ever before, people are working from home, masks have become the new accessory, and of course, more and more people are coming to Florida. We used to say that about 1,000 people a day were moving to Florida. Nowadays, that number is more like 1,500. I get so many calls from people all around the country wanting to move to Florida, especially from places like New York, New Jersey, California. I think they heard that we don't have any state income tax. In case you needed any other reason besides the endless sunshine, the beautiful beaches, the gorgeous weather, and seriously, some of the most amazing cloud formations you will ever see. But seriously, folks, real estate here in Florida is on fire. And if you've read what the experts are saying, they're expecting continued demand and property appreciation well into the next couple of years. So is now a good time to invest in Florida? I think the answer is a big resounding yes. And for all my investors out there and second home buyers, we still have a ton of people from all over the world coming to visit Florida. They need a place to rent. Think income producing property. Here in Tampa Bay and throughout our Gulf Coast communities, like here in Pinellas County, we've seen record high sales growth. Single family homes, up nearly 17%, the median home value. Condos and townhomes, up nearly 30%. And as far as inventory goes, record lows. Single family homes down over 50% from January last year. And condos and townhomes, nearly 40%. So what can you do to ensure that when the right home comes along, you are ready to take action? Well, one of the first things you can do is make sure that you have a licensed professional realtor on your side that has your back at all times. In this fast-paced market, we need to make sure that nothing gets lost in translation and mistakes don't happen. So we're moving quickly to be aggressive and get the home you need, but move too slowly, of course, and you lose out on that dream home. Or if you're a seller, you could be leaving money on the table. You might be thinking that you can simply go to one of these new communities where they're building new homes and get an inventory home. Keep in mind that even the inventory homes are in demand and going fast. Not only that, if you decide you want to custom build or have any type of customizations even with these builders that they're in these communities, they can take some time. Custom home builders are taking about a year on average to build, and even in these communities where they're making cookie cutter homes, they can take several months more than you might expect. The next big thing that you should be doing is starting your search early. Because of low inventory, that perfect house is out there, but you might need to wait for it. Make sure you get a licensed realtor on your side soon that can help you find the right property. Off-market properties go quickly, on-market properties go quickly. There's just not a lot out there. Floridians aren't moving. There's nowhere to move to. We have all of this influx from all over the country, and you need to make sure that you see every opportunity that's viable or in your criteria. Virtual tours are really becoming more and more popular. People go under contract with virtual tours. So make sure that you consider that if you're living in North Carolina or Minnesota or Wisconsin and you want to buy a property down here. I can certainly do a FaceTime live virtual tour with you and you can see the property. We can even get that property under contract and give you time with contingencies to see the property, do an inspection, and walk away if in the end it really doesn't suit your needs. So don't be afraid to make that offer. Closing dates, inspection periods, those can all be negotiated to make sure that you're comfortable. And bottom line, don't wait too long. Because if you wait until you're moving to Florida, that perfect home might take a while to come around. You might be waiting a while, and then what can happen? Maybe you're living in an Airbnb or you're renting for a time. That happens all the time. I see it all the time. So definitely start early, start looking, and make the offer when the right property comes along. And I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, financing. You can't get that perfect home without a pre-approval letter or cash, a letter that says you have cash in the bank to buy that home. So to that end, I've invited one of my good friends to come and talk to us. So I'm here with my good friend Carlos Ramos from Guild Mortgage. And Carlos, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what's going on right now with
the market.
Yes, the market, financing.
So my name is Carlos Ramos. I'm with Guild Mortgage. I've been in the business 19 years. So I've seen, I think this is my third seller's market.
Okay.
I think so. It's just a unique time right now for anybody trying to buy a house, and especially sell their house.
Yeah.
You know, once you put a house on the market, it's gone, especially if it's priced right. So we have to, you know, what buyers' perspective is they have to look at the house and see what they want. Everybody wants to get in the house because interest rates are so low right now. So it's a great time to buy. Interest rates are creeping up a little bit, but they're still low. So buyers right now, it's just, they just need to get out and be patient. I think that's going to be the key word in 2021 is just be patient and understand that, you know, yes, everybody's fighting over houses and this and that, but as long as they take their time and just be patient, a house will come along and they may have the opportunity working with a good realtor like Tracy to get into that house as long as they're patient.
And so it's more important than ever for a buyer to start early and get their ducks in a row.
Correct.
And what kinds of things can a buyer do to increase their chances of snatching up that house when it comes along, the right one?
Great question. So it's important that once you apply for a home loan, we have our 3 stages, right? So we have pre-qualification, pre-approval, and then we have the full approval with underwriting. Okay, right now, pre-qualification, it would be just like me and Tracy sitting here talking. I take her information down, say, okay, you are pre-qualified to buy this house based on the information that you told me.
Right.
Okay. Now, will that win an offer on a house? These days, it will not. What you have to do is you need to go to the next step, which is the pre-approval process.
Right.
So now that's when I'm asking you for your bank statements, your pay stubs, your W-2s, your tax returns. Show me, or any lender, what you said. Okay. If you're telling me you got $100,000 in the bank, show me you have $100,000 in the bank. So now that I do that, I take care of that, I review it, I say, hey Tracy, I have all this guy's paperwork, he's pre-approved, you can go make an offer on the house.
Right.
You know? And then of course the next step is approval, where we have the option of submitting your file to our underwriting department. Even if you don't have a house, we can submit it to underwriting, get you fully approved in underwriting, and now when that comes out approved, that actually saves you about a week in the process, because you're waiting for underwriting to do all that stuff. So when you go to make an offer on a house, now you can say, hey, I can close you in 21 days because I'm fully approved in underwriting.
And that's what sellers like to see.
Exactly.
They like to see that you're ready, you have the financials set up to go,
Exactly.
and you can close quickly.
Yeah, so that right now is going to be more common than ever to submit your file to underwriting, get fully approved. Now you can walk in there with a loan commitment to a seller and say, I'm ready to close in 21 days. All I need is an appraisal, updated title work, and whatever conditions there may be. Now, some houses may not need an appraisal. If you put in 20% down or more, you may be lucky enough to, and going conventional, may be lucky enough to have an appraisal waived for the transaction, but it's not for everyone. you know, somebody who's putting 20% down or more. It depends on the property and all that stuff. So there's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
It's too much to explain on that one. So.
Now, in this market, we're seeing more than ever that homes are going for above asking.
Yes.
And so they may not appraise.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that. What have you seen?
Okay, so recently the houses have been appraised and we've been getting lucky. Maybe 5,000 here, 10,000 there, different. So you still have an option if you're a buyer to purchase that house. So the way it works is, unfortunately, the loan is going to be based off of the appraised value. We can't lend you money on anything above the appraised value. So the options are A, you can come to the closing with the difference. So out of pocket, if a house appraises for $280 and you're buying it for $290, you can come to closing with $10,000 yourself. Split the difference with the seller if you're lucky enough. Okay. Or just the seller agrees to just lower the price to $280 and voila, and you just buy the house for what it'll appraise for.
Yeah. So here at the beach, St. Pete Beach, Madeira, all the way up the Gulf Coast here, we see a lot of cash offers.
Well,
and of course, the demand is so high for beach property, whether you're on the intercoastal or at the beach itself,
yeah.
that you know, we have multiple buyers or multiple offers for a house that's listed. The demand is so high and inventory is so low, it's limited property here. So, but even a non-cash buyer can win the bid. You've seen this.
Yes. This just recently happened. So let me tell you a story. I have a customer who's selling his house. Well, it's under contract now. And he had two offers on the table. One was they're both for $375,000. One was full cash. Now, like, who would be foolish enough not to take the cash?
Right.
But the person that he chose was getting a loan with a mortgage company. He wrote a letter explaining that he has two children in a crib, in two separate cribs, of course, and he needs room. He needs a house. He needs to live in. So the seller also has a young child and one on the way. So it just kind of coincidence that the letter just won the deal because the seller just felt bad for the guy and understood his pain with having two small children.
Yeah, it's the human element.
Yeah. So cash doesn't win all the time. I would say majority of the time, but not all the time. So
certainly.
Yeah. So it's amazing. It's amazing what's out there. Cash, financing. There's just many options available out there. And when you're working with realtors like Tracy, and you tell them what you want to get into, that's where you come into play and just can, make the deal work.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Carlos.
No, thank you.
This information is huge. And so if anyone has any questions about financing, Carlos is your man. Carlos, how can people get a hold of you?
They can reach me by, my cell is the best way, 813-767-1887. That's 813-767-1887. You can catch me every day. You know that.
Yep. 7 days a week. That's why I love Carlos.
And you can call me up until 9:30 at night. Text me, email. Text and calling is probably the best way.
Awesome. Thanks again.
Thank you.
I love living here in Florida. I love St. Pete Beach. I love introducing new residents to the area, whether it's North Tampa, South Tampa, or here on the Pinellas Peninsula in St. Pete Beach. If you or someone you know wants to come visit, reach out, let me know. I would love to help them find the perfect property and take you around, introduce you to some of my favorite restaurants, some of the best professional experts, whether it's related to homes or something else, to get you settled in your new home here in Florida. You know how when you go on vacation and maybe you've been somewhere before and you bring someone new that hasn't seen it before, you know that excitement, you get to relive it every time. That's how I feel when new people come to Florida and they want to settle here. So I can't wait to talk to all of you out there that might be considering moving to Florida in 2021 and beyond. Again, I'm Tracy Forth, Fancy Lady of Real Estate here in lovely St. Pete Beach, Florida, #1 beach. So don't hesitate to reach out. And again, if you enjoy what you're seeing here on St. Pete Beach, Florida Living, my YouTube channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are and how I can help. Thanks for watching.